We are a peaceful people, struggling we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. No, we ain't giving up no mountain, and we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not the one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. This land is our land now, we're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we are moving from here, make no mistake. No, we ain't giving up no mountain, and we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupanuni and the Essex Cribbo, daytime or night. Though we criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we mean to keep it, we have that right. No, we ain't giving up no mountain, and we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass, not one golden apple, not one jamun, not a drop of water from the farmer room, not one.
There's a land just off the Atlantic, land of jungles, waterfalls, and sweet scenery, where poor people farm the lands and hunt the waters, and all live in peace and harmony. This is Guyana, beautiful Guyana. This is Guyana, beautiful Guyana. Diamond seekers go in the interior, pulling their creoles under the falls, singing sweet calypso as they heave on their way to dig up the diamond and the gold. Great kite-jaw tumbling to the river, how I love to see your foaming tide. I listen to the chirps of that cheerful kiskadee as they throw the yellow breast to the sky. Oh, Guyana, land where I was born. Oh, sweet land, shining in the sun. I could hear the monkey chatter up in a tree, and the parrots singing this melody. Oh, Guyana, beautiful Guyana. Oh, Guyana, independent and free. Oh, Guyana, beautiful Guyana.
My Guyana, El Dorado, best of all the world to me. In my heart, where'er I wander, memory enshrined thee. All my hopes and aspirations, all my longings only tie everlasting bonds around us as the fleeting years roll by. My Guyana, time's unfolding, more and more thy destiny to redeem in lasting splendor all the years had lost to thee, and the dawning of thy glory o'er the long, long night is cast. Oh, arise, triumphant, glorious, from the ashes of the past. Oh, arise, triumphant, glorious, from the ashes of the past. From Pacaraim's peaks of Par to Corentin's lush sands, her children pledge each fateful hour to guard Guyana's lands, to foil the shock of rude invader who'd violate her earth, to cherish and defend forever the state that gave them birth. We'll forge a nation's mighty soul, construct a nation's frame, freedom or everlasting goal, courage and truth our aim, unyielding in our quest for peace, like ancient heroes brave, to strive and never cease, with strength beyond the slave. Guyana climbed the glorious perch to fame, prosperity. Join in the universal search for worldwide comity. Your people, whatsoe'er their breed, the hue or quality, with one firm, never-changing creed, the nation's unity.
Timaya, Timba broka mi paketi maya. mi hipeti maya. Drapa mi futeti maya. O timba drapa mi futeti maya. Timba drapa mi paketi maya. Timba drapa mi paketi maya. Timba twisa mi hipeti maya. Twisa mi hipeti maya. Timba, 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 heavy Lord. Timba, 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 heavy Lord. Timba, timba.
One morning the captain wake, he wake the boatman. The boatman wake, he wake the bowman. The bowman wake with the paddle in the hand. All I want is a long and strong. Long and strong is too much for me. Long and strong is eternity. Captain, put me ashore. I don't want to go anymore. Eternity gone frighten me. Eternity gone drowned in me. Eternity gone walk me belly. Eternity gone too much for me. Eternity, 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 eternity.
Morning, guys, and welcome down to Livewire. It's really great to be here with you. It's Friday, the 20th of October, and we are moving with a pace to the ending of 2023. It has been a really great year in terms of what has been happening in and around Guyana, what has been happening for Guyanese, and the general trajectory that we see the country going or moving towards. This morning, it's Friday, and before I jump into this morning's content, morning to all the persons tuned in. Sean Britton all the way from Region 8, doing wonderful work through the RDC in that area. Morning to you, Sean, Tahir Bridgelal, Eunice Radabir, all the way in Canada. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Hope you have a wonderful day today, and, be safe out there when you're on the roadways and driving and that kind of thing. Carla Thomas, morning to you. Rennie Passad, good morning to you. Joe Nabijan, morning to you, brother. Also joining us from Canada. Lash PA, morning to you. Billy Cisnarain. Yes, Billy, I agree. We should nominate Kadaki for that. Look, sometimes these comments is with trouble. But anyway, I love my viewers. I love the comments. Y'all, sometimes y'all, when I'm trying to focus on the content and I look over the comments of the comments, trouble. Morning to Leroy Mangal joining us from the NYC. Excuse me. Morning to Datan Andalal joining us as well. Omar Sharif from the NYC. It's going to be a rainy day over there, according to Omar. Get your umbrella. Chitra Sugraj, morning to you. Nirmala Allen, all the way from Barbados. Shakila Bridgelal, East Bank. What's going on there, man? I don't know if it's me alone, but anybody noticing the normal traffic that you get in the morning, it has eased. I don't know what is the cause. Probably it's good traffic management by the Guyana Police Force and those guys down there, the Guyana Harbor Bridge Cooperation. But I'm not seeing that. There are lines, but not to that extent that you usually see them. So much less when the bypass road from Schooner to Crane comes online and or brand new Demerara River crossing. Right? Tara Subrian, good morning to you. Jamila Kayum, Gil Eon, Cecil Rampasad, Rowena Lal, Narain Panchu, morning to you. Tosiram Chetty, morning, brother. Prasad Pati, good morning. Chris Tukur Prasad, good morning to you. Aisha Hussein, good morning to you. Anan Gangadin. I wonder if this is my old IT teacher, Anan. I run into a lot of people from school days on this live. Morning to y'all. I'm not sure. I can't see the profile picture properly. But morning to you, Sir Gangadin, if it's you. Vishram Patrick, morning to you. Jerry Gomes coming in from Georgia. Good morning to you, brother. Prim Prasad from the NYC in the building. Morning to you. Jessica Irvin Whitefield. Justice for Navindra Samaru. Who's Navindra, Jessica? David Atwar saying don't stop the progress all the way from St. Martin. Babita Sims, Lance Henry. And yes, this is my old IT teacher, Anand Gangadin. Good to see you, brother. Just yesterday we had the principal of APS on the live and a couple of the students. So it's good to see you guys still. Ganesh was here yesterday. And Sir Vishnu. Savitri Lakshmi, morning to you. And Hill Jean Chisholm, good morning to you. And oh God, guys, Karim Clark is here. This is the new profile that Paul using, Karim. Good morning to my brother from another mother, Raj. Raj out there doing great work through the Office of the Prime Minister, imparting ICT knowledge to the youths and other Guyanese of age, grown Guyanese. So there are several programs that he runs in various regions, goes to the regions and engage the youths and adults in ICT training, making them more marketable in relation to their skill set. So Raj and your team out of Office of the Prime Minister, yes, Karim, I did have some soup yesterday. So yes, soup, drink a Courdel. Raj, keep up the good work. Keep pushing, brother. You're doing great work, and we're happy about it. Shout out to DPI's best camera person, Miss Karen Carter, the best photographer in the Department of Public Information, always on top of things. Morning to you, Karen, and morning to your sisters and family and everybody, everyone in the Carter family. Good morning to you guys, right? People, how much of y'all catch the VP press conference yesterday? Or I should say the General Secretary's press conference yesterday. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. But I'm saying morning to you. And yes, Rennie, yes, soup is healthy and we're going to drink soup so that we feel good. Remember, we're still recovering from 2015 to 2020. We are still trying to recover, people. So if you got to drink a little soup to catch yourself, you drink the soup. Nobody ain't vexed with you because here, We was eating a set of palm leaf. You understand? Bell, finger, key, all kind of thing we eating. And it in a bait in the hunger. Guyanese was starving and suffering. So if soup is available now with nice cow heel, chicken foot, provision, you understand me? Proper things in there, we are gonna drink the soup. We are gonna drink the soup without any fear, favor, affliction, or ill will. Right? And guess what? Guess what? We're inviting persons from the opposition side to come over and get some soup. Come over and get some soup. We got enough soup for everybody. They have enough soup for everybody. Right? So you break this fast that y'all on over there in the coalition. Y'all break the fast and come and get little soup. John Velez joining us from St. Martin as well. Good morning to you. Right? So we can drink the soup over here. We don't mind. Soup is good. Soup is good. Soup nourishes the system. Soup makes your back strong. And soup helps you in so many ways. When you're sick, you drink soup. David Granger just drink one set soup. It's just that y'all want to acknowledge it. You understand? David Granger is one of the biggest soup drinkers they got. You right? Mikey Captain, or is Milky Captain? Mikey Captain, morning to you from Barbados. Right? Miss Ramcharan, morning to you. Can't take you this morning. Too toxic. Who dragged your cuss yesterday? He goes on and cuss everybody, then actually lay out proper plans that Kareem. Oh, you ain't hearing proper plans to this country, brother? Oh man. Don't let me be scandalous, brother. Don, morning to you. Lance Henry, morning to you. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Don't let us be scandalous. But if you want to go, because you know, we want the negative energy wrong here. We're dealing with progress. We're dealing with development. Karen says soup helped me to get stronger so I could play rugby better. Yes, Karen does play rugby too. While also she's a videographer, she play rugby, and also she assists with the coaching of the national, I think it's the under-19 team. Y'all gotta do better than that worries you do in Jamaica. However, so, right? Anyway, Pam Singh brings me to my first bit of content for this morning. Oh my goodness. Look, people, who hear about the lapdog story? Who hear about the lapdog story, man? Let me see. If you heard about the lapdog story, let me see you put lapdog in the comments. Let me hear you put lapdog. Let me see you put lapdog in the comments, people. If y'all hear about a lapdog story, let me see you put lapdog in the comments. Fill up the comments with lapdog there. Let me get this show on the road this morning. Imagine you transitioning from a listless publicity whore into a lapdog. Come on, what's going on with you? You gotta do better. Oh my goodness. Trouble in the place, people. Transforming from a listless publicity whore into a lapdog. That is serious. That is serious. Right? So for the people who don't know what we're talking about, you understand me? The owner of the lapdog and the lapdog show up at a press conference. Trying to scare Guyanese. Right? Trying to scare Guyanese. And I was glad that the General Secretary dealt with them yesterday, because these two have shown us time and time again they have no interest in the betterment of Guyana. Yes, Dionanan, don't worry with that. We got enough precautions here. We ain't frighten them. And we calling them as we see them. You understand? Right? Just sort of joining us from NYC, Richard. Thank you for being here. Cecil, morning to you. Right? So the vice president had to address these two warriors who were at a press conference, making themselves foolish. You understand? So let's dive into some of the give you guys a summary of the press conference yesterday for those who didn't see. And the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party touched on a plethora of issues in Guyana and debunked a lot of misinformation which is being spread by the opposition. And also, I should say, the opposition causing anxiety and stress to Guyanese, right? So the GS began by acknowledging the challenges the government has faced in the past few years due to COVID-19, the COVID-19 pandemic. He mentioned the impact of the pandemic and the government's ability to address various issues and how it affected their ability to connect with communities. Now, as you know, social distancing was key to fight COVID-19. And in the normal modus operandi of the PPPC governments, they are always on the ground and want to connect with people face to face. So that was something that had to be eased for a little while due to the COVID-19 pandemic, right? So the GS emphasized that the achievements of the government should be viewed in the context of challenges posed by COVID-19 and global disruptions in production and trade. It was highlighted that Guyana fared relatively well in terms of inflation and food supply. The GS addresses the alleged divorce between the political parties, specifically the Alliance for Change and the People's National Congress, which he dismissed as a fallacy. Now, let me hone in on that a little bit. Because we do remember this big divorce that took place when the AFC and the PNC decided to, or I should say the APNU decided to part ways, right? And you are thinking that the AFC had caught some sense because it benefited them in no way joining forces with the APNU AFC. It only with the, I should say, the APNU / PNC. It only tarnished their character. Now, the General Secretary, Dr. Jagdeo, believes that the separation between the APNU and AFC was, which was officially announced in 2022, was a mere political gimmick. He asserts that the recent press conference by AFC leader Kemraj Ramjatan reinforces the GS's belief that the two parties are still closely aligned. The APNU and AFC signed the Cummingsburg Accord in 2015, leading to a coalition that won the 2015 elections. However, this 7-year partnership officially ended in December of 2022. Now, Dr. Jagdeo attributes the AFC's loss of support to issues like corrupt practices, policy decisions, and arrogance during their time in government. He believes the AFC attempted to distance itself from the APNU in an effort to regain its base and credibility. Now, Dr. Jagdeo criticized Kemraj Ramjatan especially, right? Criticized Kemraj Ramjatan especially. The leader of the AFC as a lapdog who consistently supports and aligns with the APNU. He suggests that Ramjatan's presence at the press conference was to reinforce his support for the APNU's position. Now, Dr. Jagdeo predicts that the AFC and the APNU will join forces at the upcoming 2025 elections against the People's Progressive Party Civic, as they have done in the major election of 2015, since 2015, right? So overall, the authenticity is questioned. The separation of the AFC from the APNU, that authenticity of the separation is being questioned. And it suggests that the two parties remain closely aligned despite the public declaration of their divorce in 2022, right? So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. One taking you to the other, right? One is taking you to the other. Now, in relation to national security and border issues, the main focus of, the main thing the GS focused on in relation to national security concerns related to Venezuela and the alleged misinterpretation of statements made during the recent press conference by the PNC, AFC, APNU. Now, the GS clarifies that Guyana has a consistent position regarding its borders, which is based on the historical arbitration and demarcation, and argues that no government has changed this position. Now, the GS discussed concerns about Venezuelans residing in Guyana and suggests that the opposition is using this issue to create a political excuse. They mentioned that those with Guyanese heritage, or I should say the GS mentions that those with Guyanese heritage are eligible for citizenship. And indigenous people have a history of moving across borders. However, the GS implies that the movement is not something of an illegal nature, but indigenous people, especially those who hold on to their ancestral ways, they don't see these what should I call them? What's the right term? These boundary lines that demark countries. So in the rainforest, there is some boundary that connects Venezuela with Guyana, Brazil with Guyana. The indigenous people, they move across those. And other countries have allowed the indigenous people to continue in their natural vein with how they do things. Now, despite the leader of the opposition and his lapdog talking about persons being registered for the elections in 2025 to give the PPP a winning advantage, he provided no information in relation to the numbers that they're alleging or anything of that sort. No information whatsoever. So the General Secretary of the PPP had to now come and do the work of the opposition. Right? Now, let's look at no, I don't have these stats here, but the GS provided stats on the number of persons registered in different categories, emphasizing that the number seems in line with the population distribution. The GS also argued that being born abroad to Guyanese parents can make someone eligible for Guyanese citizenship. So it is funny that these two gentlemen will pretend like they don't know this. These two gentlemen will present a narrative of I don't know what to call it, but electionless padding, or I don't know what to call it. But you're claiming that there are so many Venezuelans who are coming here to register, and the only purpose is for them to vote PPP at the next general and regional elections. The GS had to remind us that a lot of Guyanese would have fled during the Burnham era to places like Venezuela, the Caribbean, England, United States, because of the poor, rough management during that time, right? And as he said, and as I am reiterating here, if those persons have Guyanese parentage, according to our laws, they are able to become Guyanese citizens. So what are we to do if they provide the necessary source documents and apply for citizenship? Deny them? So the GS continued to criticize the opposition leaders for what is perceived as misleading statements and creating unnecessary concern about security and the voter registration. Now, again, the GS argues that the opposition's concern about Venezuelans brought to Guyana for electoral advantages is baseless. The claim that this is a mere excuse for the loss of the 2025 elections and cites examples of results in various regions that contradicts this narrative. Now, this is groundwork by the PNCAFC. They see the transformation that is currently happening in and around Guyana, and they are putting systems in place so that when that time comes and Guyanese again say, hey, we don't want you, Kemraj Ramjatan. We definitely don't want you, Aubrey Norton. We don't want you, Roysdale Ford. We don't want you again, Valder Lawrence. We don't want you, David Pistolero Patterson, PVP. I gotta change that because I don't want him with any association with the party that's actually making all these changes in this country. But David Pisson Patterson, DVP, they say they don't want you. The waste of a Devon Sears and Linden doing nothing for Lindeners when they say they don't want you in 2025. This is the groundwork. This is the groundwork that they're doing now. So when that time comes, they will now jump to social media. You can see Sherrod Pim with his extra female tendencies going on, talking about the Venezuelans vote and this and that and all this nonsense, right? And I'm absolutely sure they will have nothing. They will have nothing to back up these claims that they're making. So just like they couldn't get the information in relation to this big set of registrations that they claim happening, the General Secretary for the People's Progressive Party, Civic, provided it and reassured persons that nothing of the sort is going on, right? Nothing of the sort is going on. And this is just groundwork for the upcoming loss they will have in 2025. As again I say, they have nothing to show. The opposition leader nor his lapdog have nothing to show the people of Guyanese in terms of their track record during their tenure in office. In any region, only thing, matter of fact, sorry, that Shaft and Madio, the Vagrant Hotel on Home Stretch Avenue, the arches that they get private organizations to build on their behalf, that is their track record. Buses, boats, and bicycles, missing 18 million US, missing 600 million, drug band that in storing drugs, a postmaster who got a mansion in 5 years, housing minister that giving the husband contract to build house, bed bangles and bracelets. You understand me? The private jet and yacht boss. These are those are their concerns, and that is their legacy. And they cannot come to Guyanese and mention those things because those things didn't benefit the average Guyanese. Low in field and Middle East hideout. You understand me? All them houseless, they could have given Londoners who voting for them. But no, they give it all to low in field. The mayor who benefit twice from the government subsidized house lots. And I can go on and on and on. All of them got some worries. Amnansha Buju tickets. All of them got some worries. The racist head of the Guyana Teachers Union, Miss McDonald and Miss Philadelphia, racist Guyanese who cussing Afro-Guyanese for doing their job are not agreeing with the foolishness that they bring to them. Right? Now, in relation to national security and the ICJ case, the GS emphasized the importance of maintaining national solidarity and not undermining Guyana's position on the border issue with Venezuela, right? The GS expressed concerns about the recent press conference held by the lapdog and his owner that touched on this sensitive matter and asserted that Guyana has constantly maintained its position on the territorial dispute, which is now before the International Court of Justice, right? Now, the GS moved on to touch again, okay, as you have done in the past weeks, on this issue with Anand Gulsaran. Now, the GS discussed the controversy involving Anand Gulsaran. I'm going to take down the lapdog and you want to for a little bit. We want to get them too much publicity. Now, we're moving on to Anand Gulsaran, and there was a piece by Joel back within that I think persons should look at, and I'll be dissecting that a little bit here today, right? Now, the GS discussed a controversy involving Anand Gulsaran, a chartered accountant and the former Auditor General. He mentioned that Gulsaran made claims about massive financial losses due to procurement fraud and urged that he and argued that he has not provided details to support his claim. The GS also disputes Gulsaran's assertion that uh, that the GS, had not piloted the Audit Act through Parliament. Now, as you all would have seen yesterday, Dr. Jagji would have cleared up that in relation to the act and how it was passed and the period it was passed in and where he was working at the time. You understand? And also, he would have highlighted several aspects of the act that clearly showed that there was some sort of breach of the act by the former Auditor General. So, as the GS would have highlighted yesterday, he is waiting. He is waiting on the service of these court documents so that himself and Mr. Gulsaran could have their day in court. Now, as I said just now, he provided details. Dr. Jagdio provided details about the Audit Act, highlighting specific provisions related to the powers and responsibilities of the Auditor General. The GS argued that Gulsaran was involved in an illegality when he accepted the role of a forensic auditor for the government without going through the appropriate legal channels. So all these questions, Mr. Gulsaran will have to answer, right? He will have to answer these questions. Now, Dr. Jagdio mentioned that Gulsaran did not argue for the indexing of his salary to the Chief Justice, as he claimed in a letter. So, as far as I'm concerned, and before I continue with the Vice President's press conference, just let me jump over to the article by Joel Bagwodin in relation to the same Gulsaran issue, so that persons could have more context and a clearer idea of what the General Secretary is talking about, right? Now, Joel Bagwodin is a financial expert here in Guyana, and he has provided his professional opinions on various matters in the past, right? Now, he submitted a missive in relation to the complex issue involving the professional integrity of Mr. Anand Gulsaran, who conducted forensic audits in 2015 under the AEP and UAFC government, right? Now, in the beginning, Bagwodin makes it clear that Mr. Gulsaran has a right to defend his personal, professional integrity. This went out me this morning. So that was acknowledged in the beginning. Now, Bagwodin emphasized that finance, accounting, and audit professionals are expected to maintain the highest level of ethical conduct due to their role and responsibilities, right? Now, in relation to public scrutiny for public officials, Bagwodin highlights that individuals who have served in public office, been involved in politics, or received public contracts are subject to public scrutiny and accountability. Now, Bagwodin raises concerns about the circumstances and procedures surrounding the forensic audits conducted by Mr. Gulsaran in 2015. This includes questions about the procurement process, Mr. Gulsaran's qualifications for forensic audits, and the nature of the audits. And these are important questions to always ask. And you find Joel always causing problems with these people by asking these questions. They don't like to hear them, right? Now, let's look at the questionable circumstances of the forensic audit in 2015. Now, Bagwodin raises concerns about the circumstances and the procedures surrounding the forensic audits conducted by Mr. Gulsaran in 2015. The process and the nature. Now, Bagwodin points out that the forensic auditing is a highly specialized field, distant and distinct from financial auditing, and typically requires specialized training and certification. Now, there must be a legitimate reason or event, such as fraud, to trigger the need for a forensic audit. Bagwedin also questioned the use of the Audit Act of 2004, right? He questioned the use of this Audit Act as the authority for conducting forensic audits, emphasizing that the Act does not explicitly provide for forensic audits. It suggests that only the Auditor General has the authority to engage external experts for such audits based on legitimate triggers. Now, let's look at the conflict of interest, or Mr. Bagwedin gives some more or shed some more light on the conflict of interest. Now, it was highlighted by Joel, the conflicts of interest related to Mr. Gulsran and Mr. Christopher Ram's involvement in the audit, as they were criticized for their affiliations with political parties, and this could cause potential conflicts. Right? Now, let's look at uncovering of fraud or embezzlement. Now, it is asked whether the forensic audits conducted by Mr. Gulsran yielded any evidence of fraud or embezzlement, suggesting that such evidence should have triggered the need for the forensic audit. And we've heard nothing from Mr. Gulsran, the opposition, or anybody since those audits were conducted in relation to that. Now, Bagwedin posed further questions, or several questions, that Gulsran should address to provide clarity on the procurement process, his qualifications to conduct a forensic audit, the details of the contract, like where he bid and where he bid security from and that kind of thing, and the authority responsible for contracting his services. So once Mr. Gulsran could answer these questions, we could move forward and then examine other things, right? Bagwedin concludes by asserting that Gulsran should have been more transparent about potential conflicts of interest and the legality of the audit process, giving ethical considerations, right? So I'm glad that Joel would have raised this so that Mr. Gulsran could find some answers to the Guyanese people and let them know exactly how he got the job, his qualifications. This is just like critic, you know. This is just like critic. All the persons are asking how critic get the work, if he qualified and thing. The same thing we want to know from Anand Gulsran. Were you qualified to do a forensic audit? How did you win this contract? Where do you bid at the National Tender Board? What was it? You understand me? And who was the agency that contracted you to do this? Guyanese want to know. Guyanese want to know. Right? Now, coming back to the General Secretary's press conference, he discussed the recent press conference by the head of Exxon, Mr. Rutledge, where he commented on the capacity of the Ministry of Natural Resources to fulfill its new responsibilities in the updated production sharing contract and legislation. The GS dismissed criticisms and reaffirmed the government's position on the new PSC and the need for it to be competitive and aligned with Guyana's interests. Right? So he also touched on ring fencing, the capacity of the PSA provisions, and a few other things there. You guys can also, well, let me look at this here, because a lot of people talking about this 240 million. Now, the GS clarified that there is no scope for settling the audit dispute at this stage, especially considering the magnitude of the reduction ExxonMobil suggests. The government may consider going to arbitration as an option, but has not calculated the associated costs. Right? Now, the GS confirms that they have seen the audit and they are not commenting on the numbers. The audit process is technical and it should be conducted by independent advisors to avoid political influence. So I like the fact that there's this separation. You don't have too much meddling in areas that you don't know about. And that is something that the opposition should probably take some notes on, because they usually like to jump into things that they are very unclear about and it could cause problems in the future. Now let's jump over to Canada, where, as I told you guys yesterday, the morning, Vishal. Hello. Hi, morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
How are you doing?
I trying with it.
You remember yesterday, or
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
like with the 1999 scenario when the Surinamis came.
Yeah. Hello?
They are that's and after opposition, which had the Surinamis to the sentiments of the opposition, then our territorial integrity would have been compromised. You heard the recent statement emanate from as of recently in connection with this Venezuela issue. I mean, the VP would have made that disclosure yesterday. Is a similar unfolding, brother? Hello?
I'm right here, Vishal. I'm listening to you, Vishal. Go ahead.
You hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, right? Yes. Is a similar unfolding. You understand? Because that is the position the PNC took in 1999. I could recollect that as a young teenager attending high school. You understand? These people, the greatest threat to Guyana, other than external threat, the greatest threat to Guyana's instability is the Guyana Force Service. Because if anyone should listen to Mr. Norton's response or statement, right, when it comes to the Guyana recent action by Venezuela.
Yeah, but my thing is Norton.
Which is the Guyanese opposition leader. If you understand what I mean. Remember I mentioned to you that in the 60s, just after independence, when Venezuela kicked up a storm, Bonham wanted to cede a part of our maritime, well, that would include the exclusive economic zone to Venezuela. So, Mount open story jump out.
Yeah.
You understand? And you see who is the hindrance to our territorial integrity. Now, it's not just Venezuela. We got him right in Guyana, but a lot of people don't read, so they're not sensitized or they do not equip themselves with facts. Some people like this kind of shop, so.
Yaff, man, yaff.
Yeah, no, kind of stop so because he can't spell so. He had 3 different spelling, and none of them the correct.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
But Vishal, what you think about Kemraj and AFC and EAP and you coming back together?
Let me tell you something. These people are some insignificant figures, right? It is insignificant because you want to get in.
Vishal, your internet real bad today, bro. You're breaking up a lot.
Let me put my mouth a little closer to the speaker because I got to show the speaker. Hold on. Yes, I'm saying to you. Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yes, you got me clear now.
Yeah, better.
I'm saying to you that in 2020, it was AP and UAFC on one slate together, and they could not defeat the PPPC.
Yeah.
The PPPC still managed to get way over, not just a barely win, was a win, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
You compare that to 2015, it was 5,000 something votes. You compare that to 2020, it was 15,000 something votes. So that was not decisive win, my brother.
You got to ask them. I know what it was.
Right? So you think with the quality of work that the opposition is executing right now, which me, if we should put that into commodity quality, that would be like a little shiny goods. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 2025 election is already evident now what is unfolding on the ground. Look at Barakara, where the president visited those people the other day.
Yep.
Right? I don't think those people put on it. They spoke from the heart. You understand?
Indeed.
And there are many other communities across the country that tell you don't be carried away with this social media frenzy. Social media does not actually reflect the reality on the ground, brother. Social media could say good light up because it doesn't have people on social media to these conspiracy things accept it as gospel truth. They never took the time to decipher and analyze nothing that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
So I'm saying that the reality on the ground is that many lives has been touched in this past 2 years, and the lives that continue, or the livelihood that continue to change in a positive direction because of prudent decision by the government, it is astronomical compared to who find themselves uncertain or uncertain to exhibit the ignorance. Because if you listen to a lot of people, if you read the comments and you listen to a lot of people, right? Especially when you do like all of that, million dollars. They don't love the other. But they love the other so much. I don't have a problem with the love the other. But do not try to insinuate certain amount of people. You understand? So I that PC is already into its second term, right? Because of the amount of work that have been done so far since the PPP returned to office.
Yeah.
Look at the amount of work. Look at the amount of work, Mr. Jones. Look at the transformation. Look at the infrastructural transformation.
Yeah.
Why are vehicles and bars and the animals so bad according to these people? Why people find any money for buying these vehicles?
Vishal?
So
I hear you, buddy.
And if you use it to really increase sense, right?
Yeah.
Right now, people bring in the vehicle in container. There's 4 vehicles running in a food container. People come in together and bring it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. But
I said, thank God for the opportunity that is available to me as a custom broker. So a lot of people can't come and bring Jimmy Carr, bring Ram. A lot of people can't tell me Jimmy Carr, bring Ram, brother. I don't fall for it. Come to me with facts.
Yeah.
Tangible facts, though.
yeah. Yeah.
Reasonable facts. Reasoning facts. Facts that we can reason among ourselves.
Indeed.
I think this say makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you listen to Flap, like these people talking out the storybook, brother.
But the storybooks don't got so much fantasy in it.
Why if you listen, you can't find its way into the school system because it makes sense. It's just a story.
Yeah. Thanks for coming through, Vishal. Yeah, that's Vishal there. Sharing some views with us. Let me see if I get on to I asked her to send me some photos of this location. But yeah, Vishal also with his facts there. And listen, in 2025, I don't see how it's happening. I don't see how it's happening. The PNC, APNU winning an election. I don't see how it's happening. The government has been working too hard. They have been making too much inroads in areas where persons were neglected by the former administration. They're now seeing movement in their community. They're now seeing development around them, and they are benefiting. So I'm really happy with the work the government has been doing, and hopefully they continue in this vein and not bother with the distractions that would come from places like the APNU AFC. Right? Now, as I was saying, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Ali is in Canada for the Canada CARICOM Summit. And there was a reception held last evening where His Excellency made some remarks. So I just wanted to share some of that with you. Now, President Ali emphasized that one of the greatest attributes of Canada and the Caribbean community is their consistent advocacy for justice based on principles and values. President Ali stressed the importance of working towards peace, justice, equality, and eliminating hate worldwide. President Ali points out that both CARICOM and Canada have adopted a set of values that have shaped their societies. They share a cultural rich society of diversity and tolerance. And Dr. Ali encourages both to use this asset to teach the world how to live together in harmony. Right? Rodney, behave yourself. Rodney, behave yourself. Stop. Stop it. Oh my goodness. These people is trouble. These people is trouble. Anyway, right? So back to His Excellency in Ottawa there. So Dr. Ali calls for cooperation to overcome hurdles and build more just, inclusive, and a secure world. He highlights the beauty of humanity and the need to avoid division based on factors like religion and color. President Ali acknowledges Canada's significant global position to speak on the behalf of everyone and looks forward to the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's leadership in upholding democratic principles and human integrity. The partnership between CARICOM and Canada is based on a mutual understanding of value of communication, and diplomacy. Dr. Ali emphasized the power of diplomacy, cooperation, and commitment to building a better future. The summit provides an opportunity to look ahead to the future with a hope of reflecting on past cooperation successes. The discussion over critical topics such as climate change adaptation, financial accessibility, restructuring of the international financial system, and regional security um, were some of those. President Ali acknowledged the significant contribution of the Caribbean diaspora to Canada's development. He highlighted the importance of the diaspora in strengthening the relationships between CARICOM states and Canada, serving as a political source of capital and knowledge. So, overall, President Ali's remarks emphasized the importance of justice, shared values, cooperation, and the positive role of the diaspora in the relationship between CARICOM and Canada. Right? Now, again, I tell people and I tell you guys on this program here, His Excellency continues to represent us magnificently on the international stage, right? He continues to do so excellently on the international stage. Now let's come back to Guyana and run over to Region 9, where our Minister of Natural Resources was in the area and he was distributing solar panels as a part of the solar electrification program. Now, the government is delivering scores of solar panels to the communities of Apoteri, Rewa, and Crashwater in the North Rupununi Region 9. This initiative is a part of the government's commitment to providing solar panels to every household in the hinterland communities across the country. Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat emphasized that government started working on this initiative after resuming office in 2020, and it aims to fulfill the promise of providing solar panels to households in the hinterland areas. Minister Barrett highlighted the importance of access to electricity, especially for students who need light to complete their homework and study. He acknowledged the challenge faced when it gets dark early in these communities. And as you know, as we get close to the Christmas season, the darkness comes upon us a little quicker. Residents from these three villages praised the initiative as timely and crucial for their daily lives. The government's distribution of the solar panels is a part of a broader effort to establish an energy mix that includes renewable energy sources. In addition to the solar panel distribution, Minister Bharat commissioned a new information and communication technology hub in the Crashwater community. The hub is equipped with 20 laptops, chargers, and free internet access, addressing the need for both electricity and connectivity. Around 30,000 households in hinterland, rural, and riverine areas are expected to benefit from this solar electrification program. The initiative was made possible through a US $7.2 million credit agreement between the governments of Guyana and India, facilitated by the Exim Bank. This program here represents government's commitment to providing renewable energy solutions to remote communities, improving access to electricity, and supporting educational and technological needs of these communities. And what do we have this, again, what we got to compare this to, right? So persons like Raj, you remember I spoke about Raj the other day. Well, not this morning. Morning to AREO, Leola and Ryan. Thank you for joining the live. What I was talking about Raj this morning, the guy from Office of the Prime Minister. Now, this is the kind of thing Raj does. Now, Crashwater set up an ICT hub. Now, Raj and his team will eventually head in there and do several courses with the community, the youths, the big people in the area, so that they are more au fait with technology and how it works, and they can really benefit from the use of the ICT hub and the equipment that they have in there, right? So continue the good work, Raj. Government continue to go to work, and persons will see and benefit from the initiatives and programs of the government of Guyana. Morning to Mr. Akani Blair um, on the live this morning, all the way from Linden. And guys, make sure you tune in on Sundays. The time, oh my goodness, I don't have the time, but he has a live program on Sundays. Guys, make sure you tune in and hear the commentary there. A lot of good information comes out there as well. Akani, give me a call, man. I wanted to talk to you about getting the program to get some more reach and teaming up and getting some stuff done. So give me a call. Let's discuss how we could get this information out there to the persons. Again, 8 p.m. on Sundays. 8 p.m. on Sundays on Mr. Blair's page, Akani Blair. You can join his live program there every Sunday at 8 p.m. Very interesting show filled with information, context, and content about what's happening in Guyana. And also something like this program here, dispelling the misinformation that is being pushed by the opposition, right? So make sure you check him out this Sunday on his Facebook page, and hopefully I'll be able to stream it on mine as well once we can conversate and get something going. Mukesh Vishnu, that morning to you. Rajin Singh, morning to you. Right? The comments talking something but 7 pods and the Kabaka. I guess it's Karim to dealing with. I wasn't focusing on them, right? So point blank, 8 p.m. On Mr. Akani Blair's page every Sunday at 8 p.m. point blank. Make sure you guys check that out, and we'll see if we can get it streamed on our page here as well, to get the message out there to more people. You understand? It's all about teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? Before I go, guys, I wanted to say a quick shout out to our sponsors, 592 Tech Vision. As I said before, surveillance cameras, electrical, videography, photography, and cloth for your medical, clothing and devices, electronics, cosmetics, male and female clothing. Check out King Kong Construction for build, design, renovation, interior and flooring, consulting, support, and concrete roads. Give them a call. Always remember you're secure with iSecure. Armed and unarmed security, executive close protection, gun spark cleaning services, fumigating, sanitizing services, general construction, and various supplies. Listen, if you come into Guyana as an overseas-based Guyanese or whatever, you could contract these people. You want bodyguard service with you whilst you're here. You want security at where you're staying. Check out iSecure. They're the place. They're the security service for you. You're secure with iSecure. Don't forget Shepherd's Cleaning Service. Y'all check them out. For the persons in the diaspora, you need somebody to maintain your home whilst you're over there. Check them out. You understand? After construction, cleaning up, if you're moving in or moving out, they can do that for you. So check them out. Shepherd's Cleaning Service. And also don't forget Kings and Queens Grill there on UG Road for your fish and chips, your burgers, your fish and chicken and chips, and local food. Right? That's all the time I have for today. It was really great being with y'all. If y'all see the lapdog or his owner anywhere over the weekend, give him a shout out. Tell them Courdel say hi. Right? The lapdog or his owner. Look, guys, listen here. Before I go, I realize Karim behaving very terrible in the comments. So I'll ask the viewers that are here. Do we block him? Just let me know in the comments. If I get 10 persons saying blocky, you're gone, Karim. Guys, what do you want me to do with this gentleman here? I see he behaving very terrible in these comments. What? One? What Taro want to see if he... I got 4 against you, the Taro. Oh, my goodness. What? I only got 2 asking for him not to be blocked. I don't got 8 saying blocky. Yes, 9. 1 more, you gone. We want that kind of negative, stupid energy here. You understand? If you're making a valid point on a point that I'm making, or if you want to contribute, you hit me up on WhatsApp on the numbers that are here, and I'll bring you on. I'll send you a link, and you come on and you make your point. But not when you're peddling foolishness in the comments and making yourself a mook. Yeah, you understand? Not when you're peddling foolishness and making yourself a mook. No negative vibes. We don't want you here. We don't want you here, sir. Right? We don't want you here. So we can give a nice black hit, man. We can give a nice block to Mr. Karim today. Where is it? Where is it? Can't even find my black button. If I can block you anyway, don't fight. Don't fight. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. Y'all have a safe weekend. Remember, 8 p.m. point blank on Mr. Kanye Blair's page, and we'll be trying to stream it here as well. You guys have a blessed weekend. Please be safe. Please be careful on the roadways. Well, I would love to see you soon, Mr. Clark, and I hope you come properly because I like to fix business. So you got to know how you're approaching me. I hope you come in a respectful manner and we could, deal with whatever issue you got. But know how you're approaching me. That's all I can say to you, my brother. Mr. Fix Business. That's me. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'll see you back here on Monday. Don't forget, 8 p.m. point blank. Akani Blair. Hopefully Quincy Anderson will start back his reality check soon. That's from 3 to 4 on Sundays as well. Other than that, it was really great being here with you. Stanley Hamilton, morning to you, brother. You're reaching a little late, but I'm glad you're here anyway. Remember, people, it's all about peace, love, and one Guyana. That's all we study in.